Okay.
Start program, ma'am.
Yes. All right. Are you all back? Are you all back?
Yes, ma'am.
So, welcome back to another English class. Hope you all are doing good. And all right, Aisha, I got the message. Fine. Yeah. Okay, Vaibhav's videos were not working. Ayush cannot switch on his video. Fine, I got it. As long as you are listening, it's fine. So nobody is switching on the video, so I'll feel like I'm just talking to myself. Ramesha cannot hear my voice. Ashutosh, can you hear me better?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I guess nobody else has said it, so maybe Ramesha, you might have to log out and log in again. Okay. Just a second. What is this? Ayush? Fine. So, before getting into today's class, I just wanted to make uh, a small information. I want to share one program that we've been conducting. We matlab, I'm working as a me and my husband. We are part of an NGO which is among the youths. All right, so we work among college students basically. So as a part of our organization, one of the meeting, I have been informed this to Ramesh Shinde sir as well, and he asked me to share it with you. That's why I'm saying this. Okay, so we have an organization called ICPS, and this organization conducts or helps youth and college students in different aspects of their life. So, as a part of our organization program, we are conducting a career guidance program. Okay, a career guidance program, and that is happening on this coming Tuesday. So, what basically happens in this meeting is eminent personalities from various sectors of job, medical, say, um, commerce field, say, IT professionals, journalism, engineering, robotics, and all these fields, the eminent personalities, maybe the vice president or doctors of that particular their area, the eminent personalities, they will come and you will be there's a registration for this. It's absolutely free. You can register it and you can be a part of it. So during the registration, your preference, your taste will be asked. In fact, defense say a very big position guys also coming. So according to your preference, you will be assigned to different breakout rooms in the Zoom. Okay, and in that particular room, your area specialty person will come and they will give you a lecture about their experience in the field and all. And at the end of the session, you can ask them doubts, relevant doubts, and all. So it would be a wonderful time for all the 10th, 11th, 12th, and other aspirants. So if, uh, I'm giving you the link right away in the chat. You can open it and register it. Okay. And if you want any of your friends or relatives or cousins or brothers or sisters to join this, it would be a great time. So we are encouraging you to join this. It's absolutely free, and I believe that you won't regret it. Okay, so please join the same. I'll give you the link right away. Okay. Okay, I'll paste the link in the chat. Just a second. Uh, just tell me whether you are okay. Did you get the link?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just click on that link and it will take only 3 to 4 minutes. Just register right away. Okay. So make sure that you are clicking the correct preference because this meeting is on Tuesday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And it happens through the Zoom. You will get the further details once you register. Okay. And
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes,
It is about Lakshya, ma'am. Lakshya.
yes, let's share. Yes, Becca. Let's share. And the good news is everybody can, usually the programs will be in English, but this time this program is in Hindi. So it's your comfortable language. You can interact with the people and all. Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am, for class, should we write class 10th?
I didn't get you. What did you ask for that?
Ma'am, for there is written like class slash course currently you are studying. So actually, I have not gone to 11. So can I write class 10th?
Yes, you can write accordingly, class 10 or 11 or whatever it is. What is more important is your preference. आप क्या preference देते हैं ना उधर. So that has to be the correct preference because according to your preference, you will be bifurcated into the different breakout rooms. आपका interest engineering में है, but by mistake you have selected medical room. So you will be after the main meeting, you will be assigned to the medical room and you will be hearing from a doctor. So make sure that the preference that you are selecting is your correct preference.
Okay.
And defense है तो you have to select defense. You have an eminent personality from defense from every sector. Journalism से है, defense से है, commerce से है, IT and robotics से है, एक medical doctor, lady doctors coming. So every field to make sure. And you can circulate it among to the relevant group of people, your friends or your brothers, sisters, those who are even pursuing their medical or engineering, and them also can do because they are hearing from the experienced people. So it's really good. So I encourage all.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Madam, they are asking me my questions you may have prior to the event for us. Please ask.
It's not a mandatory question. Any questions you want to ask regarding this, but I have already answered you. Those who have no idea regarding registration and all, well, you can leave it better. आपको कुछ questions है तो नहीं है तो
Ma'am, done filling the form.
okay, please come back then.
Done, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And make sure that you are attending it. Okay, the further registration and the follow-up email and everything, you will get it soon after this from the team. Okay, then. All right, let's get back to our thing. Okay, so yesterday we were, yeah, yesterday we were learning our, communicative English activity and related questions and making of it. So today, I'll just start up with the same presentation. And today what we are going to do is I'm going to assign you that particular words. I'm going to do some interactive sessions with the word and the mm, phrasal verbs we have got from it. So everybody be ready with your book and pen, and I'll tell you what you need to do. Okay. So one last time, I'm going to make you listen to the video. Make sure that this time you are listening it very properly, noting down the words, how that words is being used. Because after this, you are going to make sentence making with it. So make sure that you are listening to that video one last time very properly. Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zainab Selvi, and I have the great honor to be on stage with the India's biggest movie star, Amir Khan.
Thank you.
I mean, we are talking beyond the actions movies of James Bond and Daniel Craig. We are talking beyond the romances of Richard Gere. We are talking beyond the charms of George Clooney. We are talking, ladies and gentlemen, above and beyond all of that, a man who has been acting since the age of 9, who has conquered the hearts of 600 million, yes, 600 million Indians. This is half of the Indian population. This man has done it. Unbelievable. And in 2012, he surprises India, he surprises the world with launching a new TV talk show, Satyamev Jayati, that tackles social issues, taboos heads on. I mean, you just put yourself out there. What inspired you to do that?
Well, a very good evening to everyone here. I think it started somewhere when I was a very small child, and it began with my mother, I think. My mother's been a big influence on me, and I'll narrate an incident of my life which stayed with me all along, and that's I used to play a lot of tennis when I was a kid, and competitive tennis, you know, state level, national level. I was pretty good at that time, and she knew how anxious I was about the game, how much I loved the game. And every time I had a match, she'd be waiting for me to come home. And when I would come home, she'd ask me, "Did you win? Did you lose?" Uh, Usually I would win, so my answer would be, "I won." Uh, and then after about 5 minutes, the first time she did it, it really shook me. After about 5 minutes, she would come and say to me, "You know, the boy who lost to you today, he would have reached home about now, and his mom would have asked him the same question. And he would have said he lost. So his mother must be feeling really bad right now." And the first time she said that to me, it like really hit me. I mean, her ability to think for another, a woman she's never seen, never met, really hit home to me. And I don't think she was meaning to tell me or teach me anything. That's just how she is. And I think a lot of what I am is a result of her. Uh, I think the second person who's been a big influence on me is my friend Satyajit Bhatkal, who happens to be the director of the show. Satya and I were in school together. He was a topper in the class. I was the backbencher. And he was brilliant, so he had the world at his feet. He could do what he wanted. But after we passed out, he decided to work for other people. So he didn't become an engineer or a doctor or a chartered accountant, which he could have been, or MBA, whatever he wanted. He decided to spend his life, you know, working for people who were less privileged than he was. I got into films and got into acting, and my career took off, and I was. So each time I would meet him, I'd feel really guilty. I mean, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was doing what I loved doing. But every time I met him, I used to feel, man, this guy is living for others, and I wish I could do half of what he's doing. And that kept troubling me. So I think a lot of all this finally resulted in what happened as SMJ, Satyameva Jayate. Television also grew strong in India at that time. And I reached a point in my career where I had earned a fair amount of goodwill, and I kept thinking that how can I contribute? You know, you wake up in the morning, you read the papers, and you read about injustice, you read about poverty, you read about people who are less privileged than you, and you want to really do something about it. I think most of us feel that way. We don't know what to do. And I felt that for a number of years. And then realized that I should do what I know best, and which is storytelling. And I should use the strength of storytelling to try and change minds and try and, enrich perhaps the discussion on certain issues that we face as a society. And I saw that no one's really doing it on that kind of a scale, on a public platform. And I thought if I combine the strength of TV with the goodwill that I've earned, and we try and actually combine journalism, investigative journalism, and storytelling. So we really research each topic and then bring it to the country of India, and share what we have learned with the people and hope that we can transform minds, hearts. I always felt that there are two ways of bringing about change. One is top down, when you make laws and you tell people to follow them, or you make policies and you expect people to follow them. And the other way, and sometimes it works, but sometimes, a lot of times it doesn't. I think the other way is a longer route, but I think that is what we have chosen to do. And that is to reach out to people's hearts, not with anger, but with love.
All right. Okay. So I hope you have listened. Let me just check whether you have listened. Who was the most influential people in Amir Khan's life? Ashutosh? Who was the most influential people in Ashutosh ne Amir Khan's life? Ashutosh, can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes, ma'am.
Bolo beta. Who was the most
His
influential people?
his friend.
His friend ke pehle? Who's the first one?
Don't know, ma'am. I don't know.
May I answer? I had raised my hand.
Okay, Prajwal, right? Prajwal. Yes. Yes, sir.
The most
Ma'am, mother.
influenced people in his life was his mother.
Yes, Ashutosh, what happened? You didn't hear that? He was narrating a whole incident. Then also you didn't understand it better. One day after playing tennis, when he came back home, his mom asked the question. That is when he hit home to me. That is one phrasal verb we are going to learn as well. So, yes, sir. बोलने के पहले this you have to understood. Ashutosh, why did you miss it? Tell me, please.
मैम मुझे कॉल आया था बीच में तो मैं डिस्टर्ब हुआ था.
This is the third time you are saying this. Okay, I am leaving it there. Fine. So one person is his mom because he used to play competitive tennis those days. So one day when he came back home, he, as always, won the game. But his mother asked a question, or his mother said this, not even a question. कुछ सीखने के लिए कुछ नहीं. She was just telling. Or she said, "हाँ, today the other boy to whom we have played, he must have lost. This is the time he must have also reached home, and his mother asked whether you win. He must have said he has lost, and his mother must have felt very bad. So that is the first time he felt that हम कुछ भी करते हैं तो हमेशा इसके बारे में सोचना है, दूसरों के बारे में सोचना. We always think about ourselves all the time. Every time we do something, it's all about us. हमारे बारे में, हमारे बारे में. मैं मेरे बारे में नहीं सोचते तो कौन सोचेगा, है ना? So we will take care of us a lot. But there is always a time or a space you need to think about others, even in your happiness, even in your sadness. Fine. All right. I'm not going much into it. Let's come back to this words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign these words to you. Okay, I'm going to assign these words to you. You must have seen this. Uh, Conquered unbelievable surprises. So let me see. In my class right now, there are Are Karthik Kansare. I'm so sorry. Every day I tell you this, but you cannot control yourself. This is totally unacceptable. So
Ma'am,
please.
we are not able to hear you properly. I'm sorry, but we are not able to hear you properly.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, ma'am.
So stop annotating. Nobody will be annotate. Okay. Okay. Even if I don't control the options, you should have a control on yourself. I expect Karthik to behave properly from now on. Otherwise, the next time I see anybody annotate, even before without a warning, please understand that I'll be removing you from the class. You are not here to scratch. You can have a book and a pen and you can scratch how much ever you want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, sorry, I'm going to give certain words to certain people, okay, and I'm going to assign it and I'll tell you what to do with it. So, Ramesho, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
So, note down the word conquered and unbelievable. Write it fast. Conquered and unbelievable.
Right, written, ma'am.
Okay. Wait, I'll tell you what to do. Ari Ramesh Patil, are you there? Respond fast. Ari Patil.
Yes, ma'am.
Better write down the word surprises, launching. That third and fourth word you write down in your note. Surprises and launching. Prajwal,
Yes, ma'am.
write down the word tackles.
Yeah, ma'am.
Sai,
Yes, ma'am.
write down the word taboos. Okay, next. Have you written taboos? Sai, wipe up, wipe up.
Yes, ma'am.
Write down the word influences and inspired. Dono words, inspired and influences. Vedant,
Written.
okay. Vedant, Vedant, fine. Shivamane, Shivamane. You have to respond in any way, either the audio, video, or chat. If तीनों नहीं है तो how can I ever know that you are there in the class? Rohit,
Yes, ma'am.
note down the word
Okay, ma'am.
narrate. Narrate. लिखो narrate. Ajinkya, 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 Aniket, Ajinkya, you can take the word anxious if you are listening. Ajinkya, if you are listening, you can take the word anxious. Ashutosh,
Yes, ma'am.
take the word shook and privileged. Shook
Okay.
and privileged.
Okay.
Then Atharva Shalke, Atharva Shalke, Atharva Shalke. Karthik Khansare, The one who's so interested
Yes,
in
ma'am.
painting? Yes. Take the word goodwill.
Okay, ma'am.
Kuntal. Kuntal. No reply. Nakul.
Yes, ma'am.
Take the word injustice and poverty.
Okay, ma'am.
Ayush. Ayush. Ayush Srivastava is not there. Shreyas Rathod, can you hear me? Fine. All those who have received the words, what you need to do is you need to find out the meaning. Okay. You can go in Google or whatever it is. You can, if you already know the meaning well and good, no problem. I'm giving you now, the time is 11:30. I'm giving you time till 11:40. What you need to do is find out the meaning of that word. I'm typing it out here. Find out the meaning. First thing that you need to do is meaning of the word. Meaning of the word. That is the first thing that you need to do. The correct meaning. Hindi, Marathi, and English. Whatever transport is convenient for you, you can do that. The second thing that you need to do is make two sentences with that word. Make two sentences with that word in English, okay? So do these two things, everyone, with your words. Some people
Ma'am,
has two words. Yes.
ma'am, is it mandatory that we could make means unlimited sentences, or there is limit that we should make this time of sentences only? My question is that how much sentences do we make? Should we make?
How many? How much nahi hai? How many? Two sentences.
Yeah, ma'am.
It is given in the chat, beta. In big letters. Two. Make two sentences with that word. Can you see that, Prajwal?
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
So start making it. First, find out the meaning. Then make two sentences. And I can totally understand you whether you have just copied the sentences from Google. So for sentence making, I will not encourage you to make sentences right from Google. Meaning, I told you, Google meaning will always not help. You need to think about the context that we have learned. इस वीडियो के बारे में सोचना है, वो वर्ड इस वीडियो में कैसा अप्लाई किया वो सोचना है. Then you need to make a sentence in the same context. Okay, come up with the sentence. I'll tell you that.
मैम
Yes, beta.
दैट ताबूज आ नहीं रहा है वो.
What do you mean by आ नहीं रहा है?
वो ऐस नहीं लग रहा है. ताबू आ रहा है.
हाँ. Tab. Okay, I'll tell you the meaning. This might help you. This would be the same thing. Taboos is some social
हाँ यस.
restriction. Restriction है ना? Restriction. हमको मना करता है. Certain society और religious thing के वजह से हमको मना करता है. हमका religious और society का rule है ऐसा. इसलिए ऐसा नहीं करना है. बच्चे ऐसा नहीं करना है. Ladies ऐसा नहीं करना है. So ये मना करने वाला चीज को हम बोलते हैं. सोसाइटी मना करने वाला और रिलीजन मना करने वाला ऐसे प्रैक्टिसेस को हम बोलता है टैबूज.
Yes,
समझ में
something
आया?
that you must not say or do because it stoke, offend or
This is not the
make
time for you
people
to say it,
emerge.
beta.
Yes, ma'am.
Just keep your mic on mute. Understand it yourself. I'll just give you a time to say it. Okay, fine. Whatever you understand, you take it down and make sentences with it. Anybody in the class didn't have a word? Some people didn't respond that I cannot do anything. The people who can participate in the activity is the one who responds. Those who never exist ऐसे people के साथ मैं कैसे activity करेंगे? So as long as you didn't respond, I cannot do anything. So kindly respond, even in chat, audio, or video. And also Ayush Srivastav, I didn't give any words to him because I couldn't see him in the class. What happened to him? Connection low, so he went out. I didn't. Fine. Others, please try to make it fast. Find out the meaning and वो meaning के अनुसार खुद sentence करना है. Is it done? Can I start asking?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good. Very good. Okay, I'll start with uh, Rameshwar. Were you the first person?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Tell me, what was your word? So my words are edible.
My words are conquered and unbelievable. Unbelievable. Conquered
Okay.
mean conquered mean winning something, one place or anything else. So I made two sentences on that. Suresh have conquered this area second time. Second one, Amit conquered the enemy. My second word was unbelievable. So two sentences are unbelievable. Unbelievable. Shah Rukh Khan came to our colony. Second sentence, it's unbelievable. He came to party.
Okay, Rameshwar. Thank you for your efforts. I'll tell you the corrections right away. The first one, conquer. That sentence you have made is almost correct. The thing is, I told you, we should understand either conquer, which context may use here. You remember in the video, what was conquer said as? He has conquered many. क्या conquer किया आमिर खान ने?
Indians,
Difficulties.
Huh?
Indians, Indians.
Conquered the. I am asking question to Rameshwar. Could you please be quiet, others? Rameshwar, Amir Khan has conquered the dash
Hearts
of
of citizens. Heart
hearts
of
of Indians. Okay, so conquering heart was the context here. So right now, while I ask you others, you can write one sentence with conquering hearts. Okay, so this is what I tell. Remember that words usage in the video and make similar sentences. Okay, beta. Appreciating your effort. To the next person. Who was the next person? Um, who was the next person? Is it Kisko Mila the next words? Nobody? Okay, I'll randomly ask them. Surprises and launching. Nobody has received it. Surprises and launching. I remember giving it to everybody disappeared. That is wonderful. Mm, okay. Viper, can you say your words? Let's hear from you. Viper, beta. Okay, connection issues, Shayad. You're getting out again and again. Right.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Tell me your words and then your sentence. Go ahead.
We have the two words inspired and influence.
Inspired and influence. Okay.
Inspired, the meaning of inspired is extraordinary quality that which we have. Yeah, and the two sentence I had made on it is I inspired by my mother.
I was inspired. You want to say it in passive sentence. So I inspired my mother or I inspired my brother. मैंने मेरे brother को और mother को किसी को inspire किया. मैंने किया. Now आपको क्या इधर बोलना है? Mother आपको आपका mother आपको inspire किया ना? So I was inspired or I am inspired by my mother. Either active words or passive words. Make it correct, beta. You understood?
I was inspired by my mother.
I am inspired by my mother.
Yeah.
मतलब क्या है?
Or
आपका mother आपको inspire किया. Fine.
Like this, ma'am. He was inspired by the God. Like this, you are telling example.
He
He
was
was inspired by the.
He was inspired by whom?
God, madam, God.
He was inspired by God. It's wrong. Okay. He was inspired by God. Uh, God can be given even more dignified words rather than inspiring. Inspiring is kind of a little more momentary process. Otherwise, if you want to say the word inspiration with any religious thing, you can say that when I was reading, Bhagavad Gita or something, I was inspired by the wisdom in that.
Yeah.
So direct God will inspire karte nakal. I was inspired by the wisdom in that Upanishads, or I was inspired by the sermon or the preaching of that person, something like that. Okay, motivated kind of inspired. Fine. So
Yeah,
God inspired karna, that is not a correct usage.
yeah. Second word I have influence.
Hmm.
In meaning prabhav.
Hmm.
In English, capacity to have the effect on the character or any other.
Person. Hmm.
The two sentences I had made on it is my father influenced me to do a great work for the people.
Oh, very good. Wonderful.
And the second I had done, they influenced by our reactions.
Hmm. Sentence kya hai?
Madam, second sentence is they influenced by our reaction.
उसका completion नहीं feel कर रहे. इसका meaning क्या है? Influenced by our reaction
Yes.
can be something should be there, no?
Wait, ma'am, just give me a minute. I will.
Okay, so while you complete that, I'll ask question to Sai. Sai, are you there? Sai, are you there? No response. Nakul, can you say your words better?
Yes, ma'am. My words are injustice and poverty. The meaning of injustice is an unjust act or an occurrence. The two sentences are you cannot
Okay.
erase injustice from the world.
Okay, good.
Anger at injustice forms its character.
Anger and injustice forms a character. What you say? Okay, all right.
And second word is poverty. Its meaning is the state of being extremely poor. Two sentences are Tom grew up in poverty.
क्या
And
बेटा?
Tom grew up in poverty. Tom poverty में बड़ा हो गया. I lived in poverty.
Okay, fine. All right. The next question, Ashutosh.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Vaidha.
Madam, I had done the sentence.
All right, beta. Can I come back to you after Ashutosh, please?
Okay, ma'am. Sorry. Okay, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Ashutosh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please say your sentence.
My words are shook and privilege. The meaning of shook is emotionally or physically disturbed.
Shook.
And the privilege meaning is having special advantage or immunities.
Okay.
My sentence are related to shook. Are she was shook after seeing the snake. So
He was shook with fear. He shook with fear seeing a snake. What is that, beta?
he was shook after saw the snake.
Shook of?
Shook after.
After,
ma'am.
Oh, okay. He was shook after. He was shook after. She was shook after. वो usage में कुछ problem है बेटा construction में. She was see shook is actually the past tense of shake, shook, shaken. Okay. She shook after seeing the snake.
Okay, ma'am.
And but in this sentence has a little different from the context. Actually, when is Amir Khan using this word, it really shook me. मतलब उसका मम्मी ने जब ऐसे बोला, मम्मी इतना दूसरों के बारे में सोचते हैं. When he understood that, it was like, अरे मैं कभी भी ऐसे नहीं सोचा, मैं भी ऐसा सोचना था, है ना? So that was like a, what to say, an eye opener for them. It's like a blow on his head. मैं क्यों ऐसे नहीं सोचा? Yeah, this is something like that, no? So this is what really shook him. So this is, rather than seeing a snake and shaking, this is something, an overall changing process inside the mindset. That kind of shaking. Okay, Ashutosh, at least you should know which is the difference.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
beta?
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Vaibhav, yes, you can say your remaining
Yeah.
sentence.
First the sentence I have read that was they influenced by they influenced by our reactions. I had correct it like as my father influenced by my reaction. Father influenced by my reaction.
That is wrong, Beta. What was your first sentence?
They in they influenced by our reaction.
See, I think you have a problem in creating the password. They are influenced by our reactions or they were influenced by a reaction. ऐसा होना है. इस सेंटेंस का मतलब क्या है? हमारे रिएक्शंस देखे वो इन्फ्लुएंस्ड हुआ.
हुआ हो
हमारे
गए
रिएक्शन हाँ हो गए और हमारे रिएक्शन उनको इन्फ्लुएंस किया. ओके
कर
तो
गई है.
ऐसे बोलने तो हम हमारे इन्फ्लुएंस उनको रिएक्शंस को अफेक्ट किया. उनका रिएक्शंस हमारा रिएक्शन से वो इन्फ्लुएंस हुआ. वो बोलने के लिए they were influenced by our reaction. Okay, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Kindly
yes.
correct the sentence.
They are
And the
influenced by
father
our reaction.
sentence is wrong. They
Madam,
were influenced by
they
our reaction.
they are influenced by our reaction or we are influenced by our reaction.
We are influenced by their reaction.
They,
How we
I'm
can,
sorry, I'm sorry.
yes, all right,
Thank you,
no
ma'am.
problem. Please correct it. Okay, I think most of the students have disappeared or have connection problem altogether or they don't want to do any activity. Anyway, you have stayed, so I'll play the remaining part of the video to you. This is how you have to learn it. While you use the sentence like this, no, you will learn how to use it. Next time when you see this word, no, you will never ever forget it. Okay, this is how you need to learn new vocabulary. New vocabulary, हाँ इसका meaning ऐसा है, इसका meaning ऐसा है. One, no, you have to create one sentence on your own. Then that word will become more effectively stamped on your brain. Okay, so I was just showing you a method to learn new vocabulary. Don't just know the meaning and let it go. You have to make one sentence, then that word will become more into it. The next time you use a sentence in English, try to inculcate that word, try to include that word. Okay, let's see the remaining part of the video as well. Okay,
and try and transform minds at a young age. Yeah.
Now, what, that was your first show. That is not an easy topic. What triggered you to choose this one?
Well, well, I'm not quite sure why we chose this one in particular, but I felt that uh, initially we had researched 4 topics. One was female feticide, and one was public health. The other was child sexual abuse. And so for some reason, I think we instinctively stuck with female feticide as our first episode. Uh, I also feel it somewhere uh, it's a huge problem in India, first of all, and it also uh, connects with people on a very gut level. We chose to put the show forward not as a woman's problem, but as a mother's problem. You see, what we try to do is when we get the information that we have, we try and put it to people in a manner that gets them emotionally. So I don't start the show by saying, today we're going to talk about female feticide. I start the show by saying, I've often asked people who the most important person in their lives is, and usually people say my mother, and I feel the same. And I talk about motherhood and get people into a certain emotional state. And then I say, well, let's take a look at how we're treating our mothers today. And we meet our first guest, who is a mother who's been through 8 abortions in 6 years, forced abortions by her mother and in-laws and husband. And so when you're looking at her and you're hearing her story, you're looking at a mother and what a mother goes through, and then of course what a woman goes through when she's, forced to go through an abortion. Uh, so I think that kind of really got people. The first episode itself has a very strong emotional connect, is what we felt. And that's why I think we chose female feticide as our first episode. And you'll be happy to know that, in 2011 was when the episode aired. Uh, and before that, the census that was carried out had a certain numbers. It was the national average was 914 girl childs against 1,000 boys born every year, and it was sliding. It's sliding alarmingly, and certain states like Rajasthan and other states, Maharashtra, were very bad. 890, 880, per 1,000 boys. You'll be pleased to know that these two states have revealed their numbers today after 3 years, Rajasthan and Maharashtra. And in both these states, the ratio has gone up by 50 to 60 points. So it's now around 950 to 1,000 boys.
Wow, wow, wow.
And I believe it's a combination of the show, which is reaching out to millions of people and talking to them, emotionally. And it's also the governments, the Rajasthan government and the state government of Maharashtra really acted very, very dynamically. And it's a result of all of this, I think. And people actually reacting to it and deciding that they don't want to do this anymore, a lot of them.
Now, it is illegal in India.
Well, abortion is legal, but sex-selective abortion is illegal. And that itself is strange. I mean, in the US, I don't think there's a law in which you cannot ask your doctor what the sex of the baby is going to be. Because in the US, the doctor doesn't expect you to go and abort the child if it's a girl. So you don't need a law over here which tells you that. So in India, we have a law where you cannot ask the doctor what the sex of the child is. And the doctor is not allowed to tell you. So both the doctor and the parents could be in jail if they ask the question and that question is answered. Now this law is actually, it tells us what we are. This law is needed for us, unfortunately.
All right. There are so many new words in there that you have to note it down. So basically, we are going to see it again. Next activity part also, we will complete this video. This video will definitely help you out because unfortunately today's class is over, but you can get it in the YouTube. And I encourage you, you are in a weekend, you are have 1 day leave. So the usual things that you need to make your English language better is always I give you tips. Those who follow this, they will every day learn at least 3 verbs. V1, V2, V3, 3 verbs every day you have to learn. Listen to such videos. Listen to such videos and learn new words. How to learn new words? Today I taught you. Don't just go and search its meaning and band karke. No, understand the word meaning, and each word has different meaning. Just like conquered ka meaning winning something, लेकिन here conquered का meaning कुछ अलग है, winning hearts. Okay, so next time you can say something if you want to write about your mother or something. She is a person who has conquered my heart. Okay, so try using it. This is how you can grow in your language and you can make yourself better in your language. Please keep that in mind. That's it for today. Keep your notes properly, write the meaning, make sentences, start using it in your conversation. I am sure that your English language will become better. That's it all for today. Have a great weekend. Okay, bye everyone. God bless you. And don't forget, anybody, if you want to register, please forward that link. It will be very beneficial. Even for the people who are studying engineering already, medicine, they can hear from the experts. So feel free to forward it. There is no registration charge. All you have to do is attend it on Tuesday, 5 p.m. to 7. All right, that's it. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. May God bless. Bye.